Alright. Shalawam, shalawam. Shalawam, shalawam. Okay. So, and man, I'm in the sun, so let me move real quick. I'm gonna move over there and get in the shade. And then we're gonna begin the lesson. Perfect. Alright, let me invite this guy in. Twin Judah. Sent you the invite. Send the invite to the brothers. Okay. Alright, hey, shalom, shalom. Okay, we're gonna get into it in a moment. Let me invite my brothers and sisters. Cause and I get where you stumbling at, but you know, let me see if you could come up. I invite you up if you want to come up. You know what I'm saying? But if not, we're just I'll just go into the scriptures to break it down for you. Alright, so first and foremost, praising the East, all praises be to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of the great millstone, which rule well and teach well in sincerity, taught us this truth. And Shalawam to the Lord's hopeful elect, 144,000 men, women, and children, maintaining themselves, keeping the laws, commandments, and statutes to the best of their ability. Alright. Oh, you can come back up, bro. Twin Judah. If you want to. You know, if not, it's all good. Alright, so the point being is you can hear me? What? You good, bro? I can hear you, but you dropped down. My connection's messed up. Okay, cool. As long as you can hear me, it's all good. All right, cool. So, let's go to Revelations, the 7th chapter. All right, and it's the 144,000. Most definitely. All right. Now, this is why I was telling you just to slow down, because you're moving a little too fast. Okay. Now let's read it. And I heard the number of them which were sealed. And there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel. So that's 12,000 from each tribe, right? Judah, Asher, Reuben, Naphtali, Manasseh, Simeon, Levi, Issachar, Zebulun, Ephraim, which is Joseph on here, Benjamin, okay? So all the tribes, Gad, right? All the tribes, right? 12,000 from each tribe. Now, understanding this, brother, that's just men. Okay? That's just men. You went to Revelations, the 21st chapter. All right? So let's go to Revelations 21 and 3. And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, behold, the tabernacle of power is with men. Right? And he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and power himself shall be with them and be their God. Right? So that's just with men. Okay? Where does it say just men? Okay, the tabernacle of power is with men. At the end of the day, let's get some more to help you out. This is Proverbs 8 and 4. Unto you, O men, I call, and my voice is to the sons of man. All right, at the end of the day, 144,000 is simply men. The women, okay, let's get into the order of things. Let's go to 1 Corinthians 11 and 3. Right? But I would have you know that, right? But I would have you know that the head of every man is Hamashiach, right? Who you would call Christ. All right? And the head of the woman is the man. So what's the head of the woman? The man. All right. And the head of Hamashiach is power. So you have an order. You have Yahawah, right? The Father. Then you have Yahawashi, the Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Then you have the man who Yahawashi, Hamashiach, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, is dealing with. He's not dealing with women. He's dealing with strictly men. He's not dealing with women. Okay? Then you have women under the man. Okay? He said, bro, I know the head of the woman is man. Okay, great. That's perfect. Okay? So, understanding that Yahawashi is dealing with men. He's not coming to talk to women. He's coming to deal with men. He never dealt with women at the end of the day. Okay? What scripture says that the 144,000 is only men? But we just read it. Proverbs 8:4. He called men. He's only dealing with men. What we just read in the order structure. Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi is only dealing with men. So trying to put a man in the 144,000 is trying to say that a woman can overjump a man. No woman can overjump a man and be in that position of rulership. All right? Let's keep it going. Okay? Let's go to Zechariah, because you said I didn't give you no scriptures. I gave you plenty of scriptures, bro. That doesn't have nothing to do with being saved. Okay, what is salvation? None of us are saved at this point in time. That has everything to do with being saved. A woman is more so saved under her man, who she's under. Let's go to Isaiah 4:1, right? And in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. So women, 7 women, and that 7 means completion. So it will be 10, 20, 30 women, possibly, right? They will join unto one man of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. A man, okay? And they will seek to marry him so that they can take away he can take away their reproach. You understand what I'm saying? Because Yahawashi, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, is dealing with men. He's not dealing with the woman. Okay? That's Isaiah 4:1. You said, hold on, bro. I literally got about 25 minutes left, man. Okay? What is the scripture that says 144,000 in Revelations? It's Revelation 7:4. We can go back over there for you. It's Revelation 7:4. And I heard the number of them which were sealed, and there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel. Of the tribe of Judah was sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Reuben was sealed 12,000. All right? And et cetera, going through all the tribes. Keep in mind, all the names of the tribes are men. You don't got no tribe named Sarah. You don't got no tribe named Rebecca. You don't got no tribe named, you don't got no tribe named after a woman. All right. Of the children of Israel. That's what you, okay, so I get your confusion. Because you're failing to understand the order. Okay? You're failing to understand the order. But I'll help you with that. Let's go to Revelation 7:9. This is what I gave you in the comments. Okay? But they had children. This is what I'm saying to you. Exactly, bro. All right, you getting it. A little bit. I don't know if you're really getting it, but you're about to get it. Okay, let's read Revelation 7:9. Right? After this, just listen. No, 144,000 is just men. Okay? After this, I beheld, and lo, a great multitude, which no man could number, of all nations and kindreds and people and tongues, stood before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed with white robes and psalms in their hands. Okay? Listen, bro. Stop being contentious. Just listen. So this is the 1/3. This is the children of those men. This is those women of those men. You get what I'm saying? This is the children and women, and also friends. You have certain individuals men that will not be in the 144,000, friends of the prophets, brothers that helped the prophets, brothers that donated to the prophets, etc., etc. They will be a part of the 1/3. Okay? So don't be contentious. Just listen. All right? Just let's go to Zechariah. And, okay, you want... Let's go to... First, before we go to Zechariah, let's go to 2nd Esdras for you. I'm going to go to 2nd Esdras, the 2nd chapter, starting around 40. Listen. It says, from the children of Israel, that's your misinterpretation that it's men. No. What did we break down to you, bro? That Yahawah is dealing with men. The tabernacle of power is with men. He has called men. We read those 2 scriptures to you, right? He has always dealt with men. He's dealt with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Okay, bro? Hey, Shalawam a lot. So he did not deal with women. He does not deal with women. If you know the scriptures, you know that he wiped out all of the women of Benjamin and had them repopulate. All right? And brought Benjamin back. Because we do not need a woman to bring our tribes back. We don't need no Israelite women at the end of the day. Okay? So the 144,000 is strictly men. He's dealing with men. Do you understand that the 144,000, these are the prophets, these are the warriors, the evangelists, these are the highest ranking men of Israel. It's a rank. It's not no women. By you trying to place a woman in the 144,000, bro, you're trying to say that a woman can assert authority over a man and be over a man in that power seat. The 144,000 is the Congress of Yasharahla, of Israel, the ruling class of our nation. Do you get what I'm saying? All right. Is the brother even still here? Are you still here, Twin Judah? You said, LOL, God bless, bro. Okay, so you left. All right. That's good, man. You left. All right, man. I guess it wasn't for you, though. It wasn't for you. Because you want a woman to be in that power seat. That's what you're showing. You wouldn't even allow me to bring the rest of the scriptures out. But whatever, for the edification for brothers and sisters that's in here. 2nd Esdras, 2nd chapter, 40th verse. Take thy number, O Zion, and shut up those of thine that are clothed in white, which have fulfilled the law of the Lord. The number of thy children, whom thou longest for, is fulfilled. Beseech the power of the Lord, that thy people which have been called from the beginning may be hallowed. I, Esdras, saw upon the Mount Zion a great people whom I could not number, and they all praise Yahawah with songs. And in the midst of them there was a young man of a high stature, taller than all the rest, and upon every one of their heads he set crowns, and was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly. And that is speaking about Yahawashi. So I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these? He answered and said unto me, These be they that have put off the mortal clothing and put on the immortal clothing, and have confessed the name of Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi. And now, Salakia, are they crowned and receive palms? All right. Then said I unto the angel, What young person is it that crowneth them and giveth them palms in their hands? So he answered and said unto me, It is the Son of God, whom they have confessed in the world. Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of Yahawah. All right. These are men. Now, furthermore, on the women's side, women will get tiaras. They're going to get little crowns, etc., because it's women of the elect, but not of the 144,000. Okay? The 144,000 are simply men at the end of the day. Now let's go to Zechariah, because he also said, but he's not in here no more, but he also tried to say that only 144,000 individuals in Israel would be saved. And he tried to say that 144,000 is the 1/3. Well, that's where another point where he's going off. So that would make it only 432,000 Israelites on this planet. That's a lot, because it's what, 42, 43 million just Judah, so-called Judah, American blacks in America, period. So, well, your numbers is off, right? At the end of the day. the 1/3 is a massive amount of Israelites. This is Zechariah 13:8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith Yahawah, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the 3rd shall be left therein. And I will bring the 3rd part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. And they shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, Yahawah is my power. Okay? At the end of the day. So that's the 1/3. That's including the 144,000, but not excluding millions and possibly, I believe, billions of Israelites that will be saved, man. Okay? Because it's billions of Israelites upon this planet. And we are not to number our people. But just looking at the nations that our people dwell in, right? Mixed in with heathens, most definitely. But you look at all these South American countries, when Brazil's population is up there, right? You going down, you going all these populations, man. You have just North America and South America is over what, 2 billion, 3 billion possibly. All right, especially when you get to places like India, you get to places like China, Japan. India is over 1 billion people, and it's a lot of Israelites in that population as well. All right, so you get up to billions when you're talking about Jake, when you're talking about the tribes. So it's far greater than 432,000. It's far greater than 144,000 that will be saved. All right, you can't have. We're not going to the kingdom with women ruling in those positions. No, women, really, in a sense, women are going in, like, this the most freedom y'all ever gonna get. If you understand that, this is what that brother Twin Judah can't understand. This is the most freedom women are ever going to get. Okay? Now, you're gonna be good in the kingdom, most definitely. All right, you're gonna have everything you want at the end of the day. Let me try to take that off the panel back, because the brother ain't want to come up, so you know, and he ain't want to come up because he don't have a full understanding, honestly. Okay, if you saying that only 144,000 will be saved, bro, that's the same doctrine we was taught as kids in the Protestant church. I believe it was only 144,000 that's gonna be saved through a rapture. That's all. That's what we was taught as kids. Okay? And I believe the rest of the world was going to be destroyed. That's what we was taught. So that's that Christian doctrine. So you can't come into this Israelite, you can't come into your heritage with a Christian mindset. This is how we know that you did not actually read the scriptures. You did not actually study the scriptures, man. You took Zechariah 13:8-9, and you twisted it. Okay, so that's pretty much it. That's pretty much the point. All right, the 144,000 is the ruling class. That's, matter of fact, let's go to Matthew 19:28. It's 28, right? 28. Yeah, we started 27. Then answered Peter, said unto him, Behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee. What shall we have therefore? Now, all the disciples were what? They were men. You didn't have no women disciples. Nah, don't give me that Mary Magdalene mess. Don't give me none of that. You didn't have no women disciples in the sense of where they was leading. You might have had women in the multitude that were following him around, because more than 12 disciples followed Yahawashi around. Like, it was hundreds. Okay? Hundreds of individuals. Yahawashi is coming. The Messiah is coming. Hamashiach is coming. And they running to see him. All right? He's a celebrity, right? In that sense, okay? They loved him. A lot did love him, right? You know, going against popular opinion. He went into his own, and his own received him not. That's talking about Nazareth. That's talking about his hometown. Because that's why he said, a prophet is most likely, is hated in his hometown, right? So keeping it going. Verse 28, and Yahawashi said unto them, he's talking to men, Verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, right? Letting you know that this is a real thing, regeneration, you coming back, your spirit, your soul goes into the spiritual world, all right? And you come back, you live again, and then boom, you live out that life, you go back into the spiritual world, all right? You be up there 3 to 4 generations, then you come back, all right, at the end of the day. And really, you be up there however long Yahawah want to have you. Because you might unalive yourself thinking you're going to get away. You go to the spiritual world, you be there for 1 day, he send you back. All right, it's possible, okay? Playing around. So follow me in the regeneration when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory. Ye also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. These are men in positions of power. No women will be in positions of power. Women will be, as Elder Apostle Tahar says, barefoot and pregnant. You will not have women working. You won't have to go to the store and deal with a female. You won't have to go to a restaurant and deal with a female. All right. First of all, if she's on her period, her rag, she don't supposed to be touching anything. This is another thing Twin Judah couldn't get, and you individuals can't get, man. If your woman is on her rag, she don't supposed to be leaving the house, bro. Okay? She's unclean. But you think she's supposed to be riding a public transportation, right, and going to work, or sitting down at the cafeteria where everybody sits, and she's on her rag. She sit down at the table. She eats. She get up. Then another man come and sit down there. That's nasty. That's unclean. If you knew the law, you would know that women are not going to be moving freely like that in the kingdom. This is why I said this is the freest y'all women going to be. Especially you independent women, man. Enjoy this. We tell you like the heathens. Enjoy this time period. This is the most freedom you will ever get. All right? Not saying you're going to be slaves like the heathen, but you will be in order. You will have all you need at the compound, at the mansion. You'll have all you need. You'll have slaves at your begging requests, right? You'll have food. You'll have resources. You'll have entertainment, etc., right? But you will be in order under your man. All right? Women will not be ruling. That's, man. You know, and let me see. I finished that. And everyone that hath forsaken houses or brethren or sisters or father or mother or wife or children or lands for my name's sake shall receive 100-fold and shall inherit everlasting life. That's letting you know it's more individuals than the 12 disciples. Women, we understand you women are making sacrifices. We understand that. You elect women of the 1/3. That's why we always say that. Elect women of the 1/3. You're making sacrifices as well. You might be giving up this, giving up that, right? You want to go do this, but you know you can't do it, like, etc., etc. You're making sacrifices as well. You're turning back from the world. So you women have to leave the world as well. Everything that a man does spiritually in that sense, right? You should be mimicking on a lower level and trying to get right. All right? It's the Shabbat tonight. All right? You should be moving in that sense and keeping it holy. All right? So you have forsaken houses or brethren or sisters or father or mother or husband or children or lands for my name's sake shall receive 100-fold and shall inherit everlasting life. Because let's say a woman is with an individual and he's wicked. Okay? Now you stay with that man. Most definitely. Right? But you trying to get right. So you're getting right. Okay? But you know this individual is wicked. Yahawah may take him out and eventually send you with a elect man. And it's actually, let's go to Isaiah the 3rd chapter. Because that's actually what's going to happen. And let's start at the end. Isaiah 3:24. And it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smell, there shall be stink, instead of a girdle, a rent, and instead of well-set hair, baldness, and instead of a stomacher, a girding of sackcloth, and burning instead of beauty. This is why you women, your eyebrows don't grow, your eyelashes don't grow, your hair don't grow, right? You're substituting it, you're getting weave and all of that. Right? When it's time for you women to come to us, we gonna reject some of y'all, man. A lot of y'all. Okay? Because we already know how you was. Alright? You humble women, man. You got to come correct. You got to come in a meek and a low and a humble spirit. Look up the definition of shamefaced. You have to come shamefaced, knowing that you messed up, knowing that you was incorrect, you was wrong. We, as men, we go shamefaced to Yahawashi. We leave the world and knowing that, man, we did this, we did that, we did this. So we go shamefaced to Yahawah, Yahawashi. Okay? You women are the same way. You go shamefaced to Yahawah, Yahawashi, but when you being under a man, you go shamefaced to your man as well. This is about modesty. It's about being in order. It's not about you're it. Nobody should be in that mindset of wanting to be him or wanting to be her. That bad B mentality, which a lot of you women be on. All right? At the end of the day, nobody cares about your box. Nobody cares about your A and your T. There's plenty of women out here that got the same body shape like you, got the same shit that you got. Okay? Y'all women are so fucking carnal, man. At the end of the day, y'all need to lose that high-minded spirit. And for you men as well, lose that high-minded spirit. Nobody care you can bench 350. Nobody care. And in Jacob's trouble, you gonna cry like my little 7-year-old son, man. All right? That weightlifting shit ain't gonna matter. Especially when you got an individual with spiritual powers fucking your ass up. All right? And Salakia, before I get the live took down. Verse 25. Thy men, so these men that you chose, your boo-boos, your ray-rays, your DRUG dealers, the ones that got the scamming, they know how to manipulate the cryptocurrency, etc., etc. These guys that you chose that were carnal, that loved the world, that knew how to manipulate the world, right? And abuse the world. Okay? They were good with Esau's, you know, they bowed down. They got with Esau's, they became Esau. They took on the vibration of Esau. So you chose them men, right? And you look past those so-called bums on the street. We understand that. That men, those men, will be drafted. Or they will be unalived in this civil war, which is taking place. Y'all talking about it's about to take place. No, this shit taking place. Okay? You have a buildup. You have Triple K members being unalived, right? You have Jakes being unalived. You have these tensions rising. Okay? You have Northern Kingdom fighting ICE. ICE fighting Northern Kingdom. You have Marines, 500 Marines, which are just shipped. They've been shipped to LA. They will arrive tonight. Okay? In my mind, this shit remind me of Civil War, the movie. You got California may possibly succeed or leave the United States. But I saw that and I looked for some articles and I believe it was fake. But that's a possibility that could happen. California and Texas breaking away, right? So you got these situations that could concur, that could happen. This stuff is boiling up and it's about to bust. It's about to run over the pot, man. Okay? So, thy men shall fall by the sword and thou mighty in the war. 2 wars are going to take place. Your major war, which is WW3, and also a major war that's going to take place in Babylon with Egyptian against Egyptian. Okay? And her gates, your eyes, shall lament. You shall cry and mourn. And she being desolate shall sit upon the ground. All right? And you're going to realize, I went the wrong way. Then Isaiah 4:1. And in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. All right? It's not going to be you women that, shoot, that got the BBLs and the lipping. No, man, you women is going to be destroyed. All right? Trust me, these Assyrians, these Syrians, these Russians, these Elamites, these Moabites, these Ammonites, they going to have fun with you women. Okay? Because you done got creative with your body. You got real creative with your body, man. They're going to have fun with you type of women. Okay? You wanted that attention? You thought you was a queen? That means a desire of attention. You're going to get all the attention you want from over 50, 100, 150, 200 men taking turns with your ass. And yeah, it may sound, you know, that's how it is, though. That's how it's going to be. Do you know what happens in war? All right? A lot of that. A lot of that. All right? So, hey, man, point being, the 144,000 are men The 1/3 are men, women, and children. The point being of the entire life. I thought the individual twin Judah could get it, but he said, LOL, God bless. And that's how a Christian, that's like a Christian's insult. When a Christian says, God bless you, they're trying to insult you. That's what they do. God bless you. Have a nice day. That's what they do. So I understand that. All right. You didn't want to take it. You didn't want to take the correction. You said only 144,000 will be saved. You was 100% incorrect. 100% incorrect. Okay. More than that. More than that. All right. The 144,000 are men. The 1/3 are men, women, and children. That's the proper understanding of that. All right. Now, at this point in time, and I got about 10 minutes, I'll take questions, and then I'm going to wrap it up. Shalawam, shalawam to every brother and sister that was up in here. All right. Ain't no questions. I'm going to just wrap it up. Hopefully I get off early tonight. I'm trying to dip right now. All right, ain't no questions. Ain't no questions. All right, for sure. So, hey, all praises be to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of the great millstone. And Shalawam to the Lord's hopeful elect. As always, Kwam Yasharahla and a Bible ball to this wicked kingdom. May this bitch fall soon. Shalawam.